Alright guys, welcome back to Frugal Homestead. So it's tiny house update time. Now, we did just spend 1 week in Virginia Beach. If you want to see more about that trip, check it out over on our other channel, Wealth and Travel on a Dime. But the tiny house actually has been moving forward. I have made sure to keep it moving forward. Now, I do want to say that we worked on the most important parts in my opinion. We've had some setbacks, but we're still moving forward. Let me show you. So the first thing we need to talk about is we have walls on the shed. Now we covered the entire thing with Reflectix and then put the metal up. We still have 2 pieces to go over by the door, but we did install the door, which is an all steel door with a steel frame as well. Now having these walls up means that a lot of the work's done. We still have to screw them off, but honestly that's not a big deal. Got the air conditioner hole set. We got the door set. And then those are the 2 sheets we got to put on. Now I already have all the corner material back there ready to go and be put on. And then we need to do something about this lower part that's exposed. So I don't know if we're going to backfill that or fill in with pieces of metal. But with the door being put in, one of the hardest parts is already done. Now inside here, you can see the Reflectix is already up. Now, up there is going to be storage. We got the plywood already to get that done. And this is all the lumber to do the divider wall here. We already have our tanks in here. They're cleaned out and ready to go. I also added drywall nailer along the bottom all the way around. Still need one little piece there. And then obviously we need to spray foam the corners. Also, in the bag there, we have the electrical stuff. The roll of wires over in the water building. So generally, to do rough wire in, we have everything we need. We also have the box that's going to be used for out here. Even though we're not running anything but 110 over here, I still wanted to put a box in for shutoff reasons. But honestly, I think we're coming along really nice here. I will work on getting this screwed off and getting this wall built. That way we can continue forward. But there's even more to show you guys. So before you guys knew, we had a leak here in the water building, which was one of the things that was restricting us from testing the water. I have since fixed that. I would say to anyone who's going to use one of these IBC totes, don't buy the adapter kit like this. I thought they were really nice at first. But it's kind of come to my attention now that if I was going to redo it, I'd probably buy the rubber boot pipe and then just convert down from there. I think for long term, that's a way better solution. But there's going to be things I'm going to show you after this that are downfalls to our system. They're not really problematic. They're just irritating. And one is that little guy right there. Now that is our pump. There is no pressure tank. Everything is on demand and it runs up to a certain PSI and shuts off. Originally this was bought to run a washer machine because you need back pressure, and then also to use as a transfer pump, which it still will be used in the future. But let's go inside because I have something else to show you. So as we make our way inside, we have a whole bunch of new components we just bought for little ins and outs that's got to be done in here. Obviously we need to do a bunch of cleaning, but what I want to show you is we have overcome one of our biggest hurdles. We have water. Now, do you hear that? Now, you would think that that's plumbing rattle. And any of you guys who do plumbing, or if you're a plumber, you'll know what that means. But, in fact, what's happening is the pump out there that I just showed you is constantly pumping. You know, each turn of it shakes the pump. The pump is actually on a system where it rotates, but it shakes the plumbing. And the plumbing is literally like a little tiny 20-foot run that goes in here, through the walls and under here. So short run. Now, it's not a big deal. You don't hear it unless you're actually running the water. And the big thing about it, and the part that I want to make clear is, the first thing I said, Missy, is this okay? And my beautiful wife was like, I don't care. It doesn't bother me at all. So while it bothers me, I think it's more of my own like ADHD bothering me. It doesn't hurt anything. It's just a stupid sound. Now, we want to go to a different system. Unfortunately, most of the normal design systems are going to have a loud sound. It may not shake the plumbing like that, but it'll have a loud sound. There's nothing wrong with this system. It will work. It's a low cost. That pump was like 50 some bucks. It's a C-Flow, so it's a good name. And it will work just fine long term. But I would love to have a 110 actual submersible well style pump that we can run like this. But you usually would have to add like a pressure switch and an air bladder and the whole thing, like a pressure tank. So I don't know what I want to do with this system. A lot of people would argue just go to Harbor Freight and buy the all-in-one kit, the pump. And that is good, but it's still loud. It's super loud. So it's almost like you're trading one thing for another. Now, there is more to show you though. So check this out. So here in the bathroom is the nightmare. So I had my shower hung up there the way it's supposed to be. And something knocked it off. I don't know how it happened. And it broke the bottom. So I was like, okay, we'll buy a new shower head and just put it on it. Well, we got the water working in the bathroom just fine. And then I went to test the shower. And for some reason they designed it with a stupid, see if I can get a shot, weep hole under here. Now that weep hole, had that been installed there, would just a few drops maybe, you know what I mean? It wouldn't have mattered because it fell down in the shower. Here, it falls on the floor. That can't happen. So I feel like this is the tiny house's way of saying, I don't like any of this, fix all this. So we still have the hose, that's good. So what we have decided to do, and I'll bring you out here to show you, is we are redoing the whole thing. So what's going to happen is, this is the same thing as what's in there, except this is the shower valve. It'll be inside the underneath of the cabinet. Then I will drill a new hole for it and another one that the hose, which this is Missy's new hose and shower head, this hose will come back out and up to the shower top where this head will be up there on the wall on that mount. So what this does is it gives us more of a regular system rather than whatever chintzy thing that was. I really regret putting that in now. I don't know why they would design that weep the way they did. But this is a low-cost way to get our shower up and running, which gives us only one more thing to deal with really in the shower to be able to use it, and that is a shower curtain, because we have to get an exact measured length one for this. It's not an off-the-shelf. You can order them on Amazon pre-cut to the size you want, which is probably what we're going to end up doing. Now, I didn't get anything done upstairs. Missy has been coming in here periodically, picking up some, mostly after me. But we have the shelf for upstairs and the coat rack ready to be clear coated. So I'll be taking care of that in the next few days. We did buy a HVLP, high volume, low pressure paint sprayer. And we're going to use that inside of the shed to paint the walls once we get the drywall up. And then we have decided we're going to do the same as we did in this main area here with the wood ceilings out in that shed just for speed, and then Missy will clear coat those one evening or one morning. We are so close. We have water now. The big things we were worried about, like where the plumbing went through the walls or the drains, everything works flawless. There was no leaks. I couldn't be happier. I hate plumbing. Anybody who knows me knows I hate plumbing. Generally speaking, Missy does a lot of the basic plumbing, like the PEX and stuff. If it's a big drain, like a sewer or something, I definitely do it. But I hate plumbing, and generally my wife has been learning to do it so that I don't have to, which is good for her to know. But we are close to moving in, guys, and she has been on my case a lot about getting the little things done so we actually can move in. Now we have water. There's a lot less excuse of why we can't move in now. I'm going to work on a couple different things she's asked me to do, and then we'll get together a timeline for moving in. I know I still have a lot of little projects, like she has a couple pictures that didn't come with hanging rods on them. So we got to do that. We have to get the coat rack and the closet rack put up because we need a place to be able to hang our clothes. The shower curtain is a must. And then after that, I think it's all little trivial stuff. Mostly moving stuff in, but we're not moving that much stuff in. The couch is here, guys. The TV's here. The bed's here. You're not going to get a whole lot more in this tiny house. It's just not going to happen. It's little. But with that said, I just wanted to kind of update you guys. We probably could have gotten more done, but like I said, we spent a week in Virginia Beach just cooling our heels and resting, trying to soak it up as summer comes to an end. We still have a lot of other things we want to do, but this is our priority right now. So this is what we're going to be going hard on. So you make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can see all our upcoming videos, because the next one is going to be good, I think. I think this one will start looking like a home by the next one. So with that said, I will see you in the next one.